So, what I'm getting from this energy is that whether you know it or not, God is going to come in and start stirring things up. I feel like somebody has maybe decided to move on from the situation, or maybe buckle down and remain committed and loyal to this person or this situation. And in spite of it being somebody you already thought, or maybe you've been told that you should walk away from. But I feel like something's going to happen where as though you don't get to choose. Like this person is going to be taken from you in some way, or you guys just can't exist on the same plane anymore. Like there's something about your humility that this person just cannot cling to because they have such a huge ego that is almost like you're going to a place that's so small they just don't fit. Something very important has happened. It's a very special day. Something like a rapture is happening where people will be separated against their will or without knowing. Like, yeah, people will be walking together and suddenly they're just not on the same page anymore, or they just don't get each other, or they just don't get where this person is coming from. Hi, you just landed on good dirt in a crack pot at the psychic ward. I'm Rosetta the Weeder, your psychic tarot reader. Many were called to this channel, but only few will be chosen to take root in this spiritual journey. First, I'm going to read the energy in the pot and prepare a place for you. Then I'm going to take a look at the cards to find out what led you here and where you'll be headed afterwards. Some of you will fall in the wayside. Some of you will fall by the wayside and be burnt by the sun or devoured by the birds. Some of you will be choked by the thorns, but those who remain steadfast will be planted in God's kingdom. Remember, this is a general reading, so every might not fit all of your situation at once. Take what applies for now and let the rest simmer. So pile in, pollen, seedlings, welcome. My intentions are to see you shine and succeed. I'm not a doctor or a professional, just someone who cares. Okay, now let's get started with this current energy. Holy Spirit, God the Son, our Father in heaven, guide my gift to align with your collective. What's going on with this energy? What do the people need to know about this separation? It's really important that you don't get caught up in this energy that's this moving, this shifting around. Like you're gonna hear a lot going on, maybe in the background, and it's really that you don't get swept away by the currents because some people are just being removed from the face of the earth. Don't cling to anybody or anything, and don't let anybody, anything cling to you. It's really important to remain separate so that you'll be judged for your own actions and not brutally mutilated like these people who are about to meet their end. What's about to happen to them is nothing that I feel like you would have wished on your worst enemy. Even if it is your worst enemy, they're about to go through something that's just, yeah, I just feel like it's like a nightmare, like a real life nightmare. The amount of negative energy that's about to flood their minds and their souls. And this is not a curse whatsoever. I feel like this is just the energy that's coming through, like it's a storm, it's a tornado, and everybody's gonna have to hide in their bunker. And whoever's left outside, wandering around, lollygagging, starting trouble, seeking attention or whatever it is they're doing, they're going to get swept up like cows. And it's going to be horrible. I feel like people are getting tangled up. Like their guts are getting tangled up in the situation. And whoever this is sees them in a vulnerable position is going to take what they want. Like this person is going to take their soul, basically. It could be an angel of death that's coming in, but I feel like it's really important to remain in a quiet position, a quiet place, remain humble. Don't pretend like you know things you don't know. Don't do things that is just so far out of your character. Like now's the time to really remain true to your. If you're not an angry person, there's no reason in holding on to other people's grudge. or fighting other people's battles, or supporting other people's plight. If it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect you. People will be rewarded for the struggles that they've been through. If it's a legitimate thing that's going on, everybody's gonna have their day in court, and people are going to be able to express themselves and express everything that they've been through. And those who are guilty are going to receive that conviction. They're going to be convicted and they're going to serve their time. It's going to be a new day. And for the people who are obedient, who have been obedient from the start, that's all going to come to the light. It's going to be very clear who was listening and watching, and who was just wanting to be seen and trying to distract other people from receiving their message. Also, I feel like the person who's being convicted right now is going to be the loudest one. Like, I'm so innocent, it wasn't me, yada yada. But everybody knows who this person is and that they deserve this punishment that's coming towards them. Justice will be served. There's nothing unfair going on here, because I feel like whoever this person is coming in is so far above the people who are being convicted. Like, this is a heavenly court system, almost like angels coming in. For some people, this could be aliens or some extraterrestrial activity, depending on where your consciousness is. I just feel like this is a place where you just stay true to yourself and let the big guys handle the big guns, or, just remain in a humble position, because the innocent will shine and they'll be safe. Not only will they be safe, but they'll receive resources and resources, reinforcements. So whatever it is you're lacking in life, intellectually, mentally, spiritually, you'll receive a download that's gonna basically recharge you and keep you going. So it is, because you to whom much is given, much is expected. So I feel like things are gonna get tougher, but you'll have everything you need to get through whatever these tough times are coming up. And also, like, these blessings could be considered tough, but you'll just be prepared to receive them. But the people who were bothering you before, the people who were committing these crimes in the background, they're no longer part of this equation. Yeah, they got swept up with the wind. I almost feel like somebody's definitely leaving a relationship, or someone's relationship is ending, but somebody just couldn't handle the pressure. And this is because whoever this person was providing, they were leaning on you. And now that you're not providing, that it was a whole chain reaction of people feeding off of your energy, trying to start a relationship with you against your will. And you're really going to start to see, well, I feel like you already knew what was going on, but you're going to see that the reverse of this chain reaction. You're going to see once you put your foot down, that everything just stops. The flow just completely ends. The well runs dry once you decide to say no. And then you'll see how many people were really dependent on you, despite the fact that they pretended to have control over you in some way. The fact that they tried to bully you in some way. Their time is up. These people are getting left out in the cold. Something going on with the conversation here. Some people saying some things that may not necessarily be true. Yeah, people are definitely going to meet their end. And then something about fire. Maybe it's going to get really warm for these people, or maybe they're going to be cast into the pit or the lake of fire. You got 3 of baskets, 3 of coins. I definitely feel like it's a group here. a group here that was mischievous and getting away with the chaos that they were causing. This could happen within the next month. I definitely feel like these people are swingers. They've been in a relationship with one another, acting a little too friendly with each other, getting in the middle of people's business, not guarding their loins and crossing other people's boundaries. This could happen within the next week or so. That is going to come to pass, is going to be exposed who these people are, because you're going to start to see them having problems. You might even see some wretches because they can't walk on their own 2 feet. They've been leaning on you this entire time. And it's gonna be really obvious that this person's support system has bowed under. Or they might even ask you for some money. I feel like somebody, I'm gonna save this for the next one, but there's definitely some energy here. Someone's coming into some money. I definitely feel this. And people are going to be asking you for help. But these are the same people who were trying to bury you. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with their minds, but I'm also hearing something about mental illness. There's definitely something here about a mental illness. But it's just like if they stop thinking about what they did, or once they change their thought process, they think that nobody remembers who they are, like they're invisible, like they could just start over, like as if their actions are not being tracked. So these people definitely have a criminal record, but they're still acting innocent. That's the vibe I'm getting here. Or it's like they can offend you over and over and over, try to start fights with you over and over and over, and then ask you for a favor. Because they forget all I have to do is act nice to get what I want, but like as if people just completely forget that they're evil. It's not acting nice. If maybe nice people do, who knows what they think, but I just feel like it's just wicked. Because I feel like the reality is nice people end up getting taken advantage of. But in their minds, they feel like, oh, if all I got to do is act nice and this person's going to give me what I want. But this is just so twisted. Okay. Yeah, they definitely have some depression, and they might have actually been using drugs or using some type of stimulant, using and abusing, or maybe their parents were using, because it seems like they never really had a chance of sobriety as long as they lived. So this could also be something mentally. They could be chemically imbalanced. So it could be something going on airborne, and something chemically going on. That's maybe it's the new season. Maybe they're going to be really allergic. Maybe their allergies are just going to really destabilize them in some way, like asthma or something. Like it just feels like it's some type of natural disaster that's only going to affect the people who are affected by it, and for the rest of the world, maybe they're actually like less affected by it because of the way they think. Like their mindset is separating them from these toxins in the air. Like these toxins are only attracted to a certain type of brain wave or brain frequency, and these people have been playing, and just not practicing being good people, so they're more vulnerable. Someone is a fashion guru, or someone can sew their own clothes. There's a message to take it more seriously, like to maybe start making your own clothes, or make clothes that are more functional, like the Eskimos. Someone's not doing something for popularity. They say, my heart belongs to you. Don't do that. Yeah, so yeah, it's like they just can't control themselves around you. And because you are so practical and you do things for a reason, they just you're the one who sets the law, okay? You are the one who are in line. You're in line with the laws of nature. And I feel like you're going to be getting you have a new skill. Like maybe somebody can hold their breath for a really long time, or somebody can see in the dark, or something about regulating your own body temperature, or being able to go really a really long time without eating and not feeling hungry, and not losing any type of weight or muscle mass, because you're an advanced human being. And I feel like this download is coming from somewhere extraterrestrial or heavenly. It's coming from above. And you're being separated from these people who they don't make the cut. Whatever, I feel like it does. There's no real way to pinpoint who they are, except for the fact that when this rapture happens, they're going to be the ones who get left behind. Something could be happening in December. There could be just a total shift in seasons, and within the hemispheres, it could be shifting, and maybe your people are just out of their element, and maybe something about the weather is going to affect people in a negative way if they're not on one accord. I feel like it's going to be fair whatever happens. Like somebody who's too sensitive is suddenly going to realize that this sensitivity is actually what keeps them alert and aware of where to go next and what to do next. Like, almost like a snake test in the air, and they can tell when something's off. Or most animals are aware of what's going on. So yeah, maybe somebody was like cast aside because they're very in tune with nature, almost like an animal, but it gives them an advantage because of this. And someone doesn't have this advantage. So yeah, like whoever has this advantage is going to move forward, and whoever doesn't isn't. Is a process of elimination, is natural selection, something about the way you speak. Your words have so much power, and speaking positive affirmations over yourself and over your life is extremely important. This is where your power comes from. So that's what I'm saying. Like, now is the time to be serious about yourself. Take yourself very seriously. Invest in yourself mentally, spiritually, physically. And it's not about fitting in, being sarcastic or things like that, cursing yourself like that. Just being very loving by any means, because I feel like this is what's going to separate you from the people who just don't make it. Yeah, and it has nothing to do with like your resume, where you're from. It's all about your emotions. Yeah, these emotions, they vibrate in such on a frequency that's just it either is or it isn't.